Hey everybody, today we are taking a look at Powder Penguin. There it is. A new game exclusively for iOS from the developer Pizza Soup. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The first thing I want to do is turn the sound down a little bit just so you can hear me. Okay, the sound's great in the game, but it's easier for our purposes if it's not on. So yes, here we are. We are Riz, the little penguin, which is a real type of penguin. And your job is to slide around in this inner tube basically and clear all the snow on the screen before arriving at your hot tub right here for a little soak. I love how the umbrella jumps up there. Okay. Yeah, so the main thing in this game is basically you have to clear all the snow before you get there, and you can only slide on the snow, so you can't go back and cover ground you've already covered. So like for instance right here, if I go into this part, I'm going to stop right there. Oh, and I trap myself. So you have to find a path to the hot tub, clearing all the snow without retracing your steps and without trapping yourself. It sounds more complicated than it really is, but see there, I already did it. It's not too hard. And you can't change directions or stop once you start going until you reach the end of a patch of snow. So right here, yeah, you'll see. I'll stop every time I reach either the cliff edge or a snow edge. Again, there we go. See, it's not too hard. Moving right along. I really like this game. First thing you'll notice about it if you go to the level menu is that there are a ton of levels. My goodness. I mean, we can go up here and see. Yeah, 800. It launched with 800 levels. You know, it reminds me of Candy Crush or Two Dots, just like endless levels and playability for people who love to just find their favorite game and keep playing for as long as they wish to play. And I'm also told by the developers that there's 200 more levels and a bunch more objects coming before the end of the year. And that's just the beginning. They're going to continue to add levels and objects as long as there's a user base for it. So that's really fun and exciting. And I've already beaten these levels, so I'm probably making it look easier than it really is. But yeah, that's it right there. And as I'm talking about objects, I should probably go ahead and get into what objects are here. So we'll jump ahead to level 7 right there. So here we go, you've unlocked pipes. So every time you unlock a new object, which is every few levels or so, it'll give you a little introduction. Pipes, they're pretty self-explanatory. They just kind of send you from one direction to the next direction. All right. And there are, I think, 30 objects, I was told, in the initial version of the game, and they can range from all sorts of different things. Right here, we'll see bridges. You can go over and under, which adds a new fun element to the game. Little retracing your steps. And I mentioned right off the bat that with the snow, you can only slide on snow. You can't retrace your steps. So that does actually change as the game gets going. We come into contact with various types of items. Right here we'll see super fresh powder. So the super fresh powder, you can go over the snow twice. You basically have to go over it twice to clear it, and you still have to clear the super fresh powder just like regular snow, or else you don't beat the level. And it gets harder. That's obviously a tutorial, so that's a pretty easy one. But right here, all these little gaps are left for you, so you have to find a way to clear that snow and clear those gaps without getting trapped like I just did right there. Whoops. Now I'm getting into it. I want to figure this one out. Is this it? Maybe. No, that doesn't look like it's it. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, and then even later on, I think is it level 100? Yeah, we get introduced, or 101, to ice. So ice makes it even more interesting because you can go back and forth on ice basically as many times as you want. It doesn't clear, and you don't have to clear it. It's a way to kind of make finding a path both easier and more difficult at the same time. It makes things quite interesting. This one isn't my favorite, but I don't think it's too hard. Let's see if I can do it in one try. Probably not. So, as you're seeing, it gets more difficult. And it's all about trial and error, really. You have to kind of see what works and try to find, oh, this actually, hey, look at that. See, that wasn't so bad. Sometimes the levels look a lot harder than they really are. So you'll notice as you get going that some levels will take you like 1 or 2 tries, 5 tries, and then some will take you 20, 30, 50 tries even, and you'll kind of learn little things as you try each time that helps you kind of plan and figure out a path that makes or allows you to get to the finish. Every level is different, new little tricks. It's kind of like little unintuitive things that you might not have thought to do is what you need to do to figure out the path. I really get into it. I really have a good time. This isn't it, but I feel like I'm not too far. Yeah, if I went back around and did this, oh, I'm so close. I just have that one little spot right there. But yeah, you'll notice that that level wasn't the best example, but maybe the next one is. A lot of these levels, you'll start out like right there in the middle. And you're like, well, geez, how do I go? Which way do I start? And that's where the cheats start to come into play. You can spend 1 coin. So coins are basically the currency of the game. You can buy coins and you earn them also as you play the game. You can use them to, right here, you'll see the first lesson, or the first move for the level, excuse me. And that's a huge help on a lot of levels because it just helps you know whether you're on the right track. If you just have no idea what you're doing, if you get the first move, you can say, okay, I know this is what I'm supposed to do. Now maybe I can go from there and figure it out. So we'll go ahead and do that for this level. Swipe up. Okay, cool, now we know. And you'll also kind of get the hang of it, like you know that right here, if you swipe up right there, that it leaves room to go up and down on the left side and room to escape on the right side. So you'll kind of learn little tricks like that to help you kind of navigate your path. But yeah, I'm already way closer than I was trying it without that first move. So they're very helpful. I really like that first move, and I like that it only costs 1 coin. If you buy, let's see, yeah, so 4 coins for $1 is the most expensive, so a quarter per coin. But if you buy a ton of coins, $20 worth of coins, that's like 16 cents, so they get cheaper and cheaper, and you can buy in bulk and get more. But yeah, it's only a quarter at most to get the first move of a level, which helps a lot, so that's really nice. The other option is to, let's try a new level here. You can't see it right now because I'm past this level, but you could push the forward arrow right there, the green forward arrow right next to the level number 112. To skip the level, you could just say, screw it, I don't care, I'm going to skip it. That's 2 coins, and you can go to the next one. The other option that I think a lot of people are going to like is the light bulb right there. 4 coins to see the solution for the level. So this will just straight up completely solve the level for you, tell you what the solution is, which is nice. You know, you want to challenge yourself, but every once in a while you get one that you're just not loving, you're not having a good time, so it's nice to just either skip it or just say, I really want to know what the solution to this level is. I can't figure it out. I don't want to try anymore. I want to be done. And just see it right there. And that's really fun. Nice feature there. And it treats it just like you solved it all by yourself. You just move on to the next level and you're good to go. New object right here. So these are fireboxes, which are fun. You have to hit them because they sit on a layer of fresh snow that you have to clear. And when you hit the box, it explodes and melts the snow underneath it. So just another fun way to kind of navigate these puzzles. I really like this game. It's not exactly like Candy Crush or something like that. It's not quite as mindless, but it's also somewhat casual at the same time. It takes some thinking. Some levels require a lot of thinking. Some are, like I said, you can solve in 1 or 2 tries without even thinking about it too much. So, and it kind of goes back and forth. The developers said they tried really hard to not overload people with hard levels at one after the other. They try to mix it up and give people some easy ones, some hard ones, and mix it up and make it more enjoyable that way, which I think is a nice touch. Yeah, and as you go, you get coins that you're rewarded sometimes. Every time. So you can see it starts out with a lot of new objects in the beginning. You get one every 7 levels for the first 25 levels or so. And then it sticks to a pretty steady pattern of unlocking a new object every 25 levels or so, which is, not too much in between. And also, here's teleports, which are fun. Just right to where you were. Pretty straightforward there. You keep the momentum as you go. Let's go back. So the cool thing about this game, the thing that I really like, is that not only do you have new objects to interact with every 25 levels or so, but you also have this, top left corner, the level builder, which is so fun. It kind of reminds me of Super Mario Maker or something like that. And you can basically just select an object from one of these sliders on the left or right side, and then create your own level using all the objects you've unlocked. And you can just play around and make your own stuff. Let's see that. I'll add a rock right there. I'll add a finish. I don't know, right there. I don't know if this is going to work, but bam. And you can play it right away. You push the little blue button that you see is highlighted, and you're right in the test mode. And that didn't work, so it's telling me to try again, go back to build mode, see what I need to add. Don't even remember what I just did. Let's see. Okay, we can just block that off. Boom, 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 boom. We still have this up here. That should work as a level. It's not a very good level. I don't know. I'm not even... Nope, that doesn't work either, but we're closer. Yeah, again, this isn't going to be a very good level, but it will be a working level at the very least. There we go. Did it. So see that green button jumping, that's telling me if you want to save it, then all you got to do is beat it. You got to prove that it's a real level. No, I just beat it, but you got to go to the other mode to beat it. And he asks you if you want to save it. You say yes, and there it is in my saved levels. Pretty cool. All the levels I have made are created right there. And from here, you can say, okay, I really like this level. I'm going to go ahead and say, let's upload it to, yeah, that's right, Powder Penguin Online. And it's loading. Success. Whoop. So now the whole world can play it. That's right, there's this whole online component where any users can upload all their levels, put them online. You know, this game is brand new, it's only a few weeks old, so the online community is still building. There aren't too many levels uploaded here yet, but isn't that cool? You got all sorts of players up here, can upload their levels, challenge each other. I just think that's really cool. It's a fun element. It's kind of like, you know, not everyone's going to want to play online or build their own levels. Some people just want to solve the levels, just like the puzzle aspect of the game. But some people are going to want to create things, and I think that's so cool that it offers both in one game. You look at like Super Mario Maker, it's really just geared to building levels. Sure, you can play other people's online, but really the game's about building. And then you look at, you know, Candy Crush or Two Dots, in that game, they're just about solving levels. You know, there's thousands of levels. But this kind of combines both of those things into a single game, lets people decide what they want to do, and I think that's just a really cool thing. Oh, and I didn't even mention the other thing you can do is you can say, if you don't want to share it with the whole world, your creations, your levels you made, you can go, hey, I'm just going to, whoops, push this button up here, this little envelope button, and say, I'm going to send this to my friend Chip. And you say, okay, I'll select level 21, there you go, Chip. And you can see all my notifications up there on the Friends button up there in the top middle right. I'll select that. Here we are. There are my friends. There's my inbox. I got a new one from Chip. Ooh, that's exciting. Go ahead and play that. Ooh, and there is the real, in fact, Chip, which is Riz's little potato chip bag imaginary friend, I believe. Who I don't really know. It's kind of a fun other character in the game. So you can crash into him, and then you can basically use him to help you solve levels. He goes over snow, and he, oh, there we go, I did it. Oh, and I can rate it. You can say, that's pretty cool. I like that one. Let's give it 4 stars. There you go, Chip. And real Chip. There you go, there's the one I sent him right there. Oh, no, that's not it. Is it? There it is, number 2. Yeah. So I can watch and monitor as he, see this top one I already sent to him a little while ago. He already solved it. Oh, he gave me 4 stars. That was nice of him. It only took him 2 tries to solve. You see there in the middle. And then that's my stats against all my friends. We can go to just Chip, see our outbox there for Chip, or inbox from him, and there we'll have all of Chip's stats versus me. Of the 4 levels that he's attempted that I've sent him, he's solved just one of them. Oh, that's right. So 2 of the 4 levels I've sent him, he has attempted and just solved only one of them. So there we go. 50% solve rate, and it says how many attempts on average and the overall rating that he has given my levels. It's pretty cool. So, and I'm told that even when you delete levels from your inbox, because there is a max about how many you can have in your inbox and outbox, it'll keep the stats going. It doesn't delete the stats. So you will always have your all-time stats versus your individual friends and versus all your friends always stored, which is a really nice feature. And you can go up here to the top left. There's buttons up there to find another friend, add more friends, or if you don't want to be friends with somebody anymore, you can also delete them. And if you go to this top, very far right button, that's the final on my mode button there, you'll find all the levels you've uploaded to the web for everyone to play in the community, and the stats on them, how many people have played, how many people have solved it, the ratings you get, which is really nice to have that all in one place. Should go back to online mode and talk a little bit more about that. So on the right, you have all these different categories that you can sort and filter by. So you can say, oh, I only want to play levels with bridges. Let's filter that. There you go. Here are the top levels in terms of plays for bridges. You can say, okay, well, let's go back, reset the filters, and say, I want to see, instead of by how many plays, I want to sort by rating. So I'm going to go ahead and put short. There you go. The top rated level is right there. Or you can say solve rate, high or low. I'm going to do low. This should show me the hardest levels because the fewest number of people have solved this. And we'll look at that, which is really cool. Okay, I don't know if all of these are too hard, as we've said, the game is still pretty new, so some of these might have just not been tried by anybody yet. But as it builds out, it'll give us a good idea of what levels are hard and what aren't. And there's other categories over here. When it was uploaded, you can look at just brand new levels from today, play count numbers, difficulty, and that'll be based around solved rate, size. So that's another thing. In Builder, you can make smaller or larger levels. I really like the smaller ones personally. I think it's just more, if you can make a really good challenging level, it's not gigantic. I think that's really fun. Anyways, yeah. So that's kind of a lot of it. You can delete, you can save up to 100 levels locally of your own buildings, of your own creation, and you can save, I think, 50 online for the time being. I don't know if that'll change in the future as the game becomes more popular. If it does, we'll have to see. Yeah, so I mean, objects get really crazy and fun as it gets further into the game. If I'll go ahead and give you an idea. I don't want to give away too much, but we'll go over here to, like, let's do 312. What does that look like? Oh yeah, so these are really fun little bots that go back and forth, and you do not want to hit one. If you do hit one, I'll go ahead and, should I show you? Yeah, maybe I'll go ahead and show you. We'll wait for this arrow to come around, so I'll knock myself right into the spot at the top. Ah, it's a shredder. I love that. It's kind of like a little apocalyptic thing or something going on. I'll let you kind of decide for yourselves, but some household bots are kind of turning against the penguins here. But yeah, so I'm on ice, I got fireboxes there, don't want to get hit. So all sorts of like timing elements with these arrows come into play. It starts to get really interesting. And there's like, let's show you a little bit more here. Remember what comes at 350. Ooh, that's a flamethrower. If I can even manage to find my way over there, I'll show you what that does. But there's bombs, there's all sorts of stuff that it's just really kind of fun. And they save all the good stuff. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better. Like the further you go into the game, you might be at level 500 before you see something that you find is your favorite object. It just, they don't see, it's a flamethrower right there. It melts the snow underneath it, so you have to kind of figure out a path while trying to use that too. Look at that, did it. Yeah, there's bombs, there's a lot of really cool stuff, and I've gotten a little preview of what's coming with the first expansion pack later this year for the next set of 200 levels, and I think it's the coolest stuff yet. So it's a game for the patient people. If you are somebody who's like, I'm bored after 100 levels, I want a new game, then maybe it's not for you, because this game really finds its groove and gets going the longer you get into it. I mean, it's like level 650, you're getting an object that's so cool. So that kind of covers most of it, I think. I don't really know if I have anything else. In this short little preview of Powder Penguin, you unlock, oh, that's one thing I didn't say, you unlock various inner tubes. Here you can see the inner tubes next to the levels, along with the stars, which are new objects. So you kind of unlock those in between every new object. So every 25 levels or so as well. You can play this game on portrait mode as well, but you can't do any of the online stuff, the level builder and portrait mode. So this is just for solo play. You can play all the levels just with one hand or something if you want to do that, which I think is whoops, getting shredded. So yeah, I think that's nice. I like landscape mode. It doesn't bother me to have to use 2 hands, but some people that might be something that they would be interested in. So, all right, everybody, thanks so much for watching. I hope this gave you a good idea of Powder Penguin, and I hope you like it as much as I do. I think it's a really fun new game, and hope to see you online playing. All right.